Alright, what's up guys, N4 here and welcome back to another movie review. And I'm aware that I am late to the party, okay? And the thing is, I've seen the movie a while ago, but I'm just now making the video. My bad. Honestly, it's been a mixture of me being really busy and really lazy. So, honestly, I'm lacking. I'm trying to get better at it, but my life is hard. But enough of my problems, okay? You came here for the movie review, so that's what I'm going to give you. And we're going to be talking about the highs, the lows, the good, the bad, the pros, the cons. Did I like the movie? Did I dislike it? Did it exceed my expectations? Did it, not do much for me? Well, I'm going to give you my thoughts, and we're going to take a really deep dive into this one because this one's an interesting one. But without further ado, ladies and gents, let's hop straight into it. So like I said, this one is an interesting one. And the movie's been out for a while, the reviews are in, and it's getting pretty good reviews, and financially, it's doing pretty well. So I'd like to think it's on the right track. Get it, like train track, bullet train, no? Can we cut? Is that possible? Can we cut? Honestly, that was kind of bad, but it's okay, alright? You win some, you lose some, alright? But my only intention was to make you laugh, smile, or even giggle, chuckle, I don't know. But hopefully I did. But honestly, I really enjoyed this movie. I was excited for it when I saw the trailer a few months ago, and I'd like to think it lived up to the hype. I'd like to think this movie is living proof that there can still be fun, good action movies that aren't just Marvel or Star Wars films. Because let's be honest, those can get a little repetitive, you know. And I know a lot of people now are apparently saying like they don't really. Well, it's not that they don't like them, but apparently like the popularity for superhero movies are kind of going down. Even though they're still making a lot of money, like apparently a lot of people aren't really feeling them that much anymore. So this movie it's fun. It's one of those good ones. Like, all right, it's something different, you know. Like this and Top Gun Maverick and Free Guy and stuff like that. Like, I appreciate them because it's different. It's not just another superhero movie, and I like the premise of this movie a lot. Like just a bunch of assassins on a train. You know, you get to see some bonds being formed. You get to see some alliances. You know, some personal vendettas going on, and it's a cool vibe, man. I really like that, and the movie is just really well made. It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it's. I think the good outweighs the bad. If I'm being 100% honest, it's just a pretty well made movie, man. You got a stellar cast and good action, and you can't really ask for much more. But for me personally, I have to say my selling point for this movie was the cast of characters. I don't know if I'd say it's an all-star cast, but it kind of is. Like all these people, they have really impressive resumes. Like you got Brad Pitt, Hiroyuki, I believe his name is Hiroyuki Sanada. I believe it is. Hopefully I'm not butchering that. If I am, correct me in the comments. You got Joey King. If you're an OG, you know her from Ramona and Beezus. Okay, a lot of people be like, "Oh, that's her from the Kissing Booth." It's Ramona and Beezus. Okay. I'm sorry, I got a little angry. But you got Aaron Taylor Johnson. You got Bad Bunny is even in this movie, bro. And there's so many more. Even some special appearances from some very special. I was trying to say people and characters, but I guess I managed to mix both. But I'll just say people. Okay, some very special cameos and appearances from certain people, and just seeing them on screen is gonna bring a smile to your face. I don't care who you are. Once you see them on screen, you're gonna smile. You're gonna be like, bro, what the hell? Like what? and it's fun. Okay, and honestly, it's just like it's a feel good movie. If you like action, if you like, just any of these cast of characters, I'm sorry, this is the best picture I could get for the movie. But although like a lot of their heads are cut off, it's still a good image, I'd like to think. But if you like action, if you like any of these people, you will be satisfied with this movie. I like to think the R rating boosted this movie up more than it did. I think if it was a PG-13, it would have been fine, but it wouldn't have been as good. So I'm glad that they went with the R rating, because this movie does not hold back with the action, the cussing, everything. This movie just goes full steam ahead. That was not another train joke. That one was completely unintentional. I promise. But if you're someone who has like a weak stomach, or you're someone who like kind of can't look at a lot of blood and gore and stuff like that, then you probably won't like this one. I'm not saying that's like a downside or anything, because it's a movie about a bunch of assassins. I mean, and it's a rated R movie. You know, what would you expect? So it's not really a bad thing unless you're someone who can't handle that kind of stuff. Then I'd say, I don't know, probably don't watch this one. But I'm a sucker for a good action movie. Okay, and that's what this movie delivered, man. The action was up there. Some of the best that I've seen this year. So, well, in terms of film. So I'd like to think they did a pretty good job with that. I keep saying a lot. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm tired. I haven't had my caffeine. All right, so just work with me, okay? Well, we'll be done soon, hopefully. But honestly, the movie's fun. It's action packed. It's actually funny. That's another positive for this movie. Although there's a lot of jokes in this movie, a lot of comedic beats, it doesn't really overstay its welcome. Like, that's a problem. I hate to keep comparing this to Marvel films, so I kind of have to. I don't really have to, but I do. I don't know. But that's the problem that I have with the Marvel films, is they try a little too hard to be comedic, and a lot of their jokes don't really hit for me. Maybe it's because of the PG-13 rating for a majority of them, but I don't know. But I was really glad that this movie had the R rating. They don't hold back. It's actually funny. This movie got a lot of laughs out of me, probably more than it should have. But I would recommend watching this movie in IMAX or D-Box. I think that's how you're going to get the best experience out of it. So if you can do that, I'd like to think that you'll like this movie even more than watching it in a standard screen. And honestly, I don't have much negative to say. Probably only like two small minor things that it's not like a what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a deal breaker, pretty much, but it bugs me just a bit. Well, I guess we gotta talk about those. Honestly, my main two problems is, I guess one, I was gonna complain about CGI, but I'm sure that they can do a much of a better job than I can in terms of like computer animation and stuff like that. So I won't complain too much. It would be very, very hard for them to do this stuff practically. So I won't complain too much. It can be a little CGI heavy at times, or sometimes the CGI doesn't look great, but it's not a deal breaker. It's fine. It's acceptable. It's serviceable, pretty much. But my problem is towards the third act of the movie, where it feels a little too comedic. Like, it seems like it kind of almost turns into like a cartoon of sorts. Like, you guys really gave, I don't know if this would be a spoiler or not, but Fiji water plays apparently a significant role in this movie. And I don't know how to feel about that, man. It's a little too comedic towards the third act, but it's still a pretty good, fun movie, man. I really enjoyed it. But for me personally, I think I'll give this movie an 8 out of 10, man. It's a fun movie. I would say watch it if you can, especially in a theater, D-Box or IMAX specifically. But I am NA4 and I am out, so yeah, peace.